Well, the Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation. Ever heard of it? Few in the United States have, neither by that name nor by its former name, the School of the Americas. Yet around the world, the Fort Benning, Georgia school is famous for its graduates who have been implicated in massacres, rapes, coups, and assassinations. Originally formed in the name of fighting communism, the school continues to flourish today. RT correspondent Kaelyn Forde has more on the dark legacy of the place known to its critics as the School of the Assassins.
Imagine a school dedicated to teaching torture.
My neck was in the hole of this guy, and then he said, well, we are educated people. I am myself educated. I even went to the United States to study. I was sent there. I was in a military camp in the southern United States.
To educating soldiers on how to rape and murder American nuns and assassinate Salvadoran priests. To demonstrating how to disappear civilians with total impunity.
When I heard the screams of the children, and I knew which ones were mine, they were crying, "Mommy, they're killing us."
Now imagine it's funded with American taxpayer dollars, and that it's located on American soil. But you don't have to imagine, because for the past 62 years, the School of the Americas has done exactly that. It began as a way to train soldiers to combat the spread of communism in the early days of the Cold War. But it soon became known as the School of the Assassins. Fort Benning, Georgia has graduated 65,000 soldiers from 18 different countries. Its list of alumni reads like a little black book of assassins. Pinochet's soldiers in Chile, Roberto de Obosan's death squads in El Salvador, Galtieri's operatives in Argentina. That's why for the past 2 decades, Jesuit priests and Latin American and U.S. activists in solidarity have gathered outside of its gates to protest its dark past.
I can't be indifferent in the face of death. I think many people have suffered, and solidarity is a human value. To see people who have suffered, who have been displaced.
Activist Charity Ryerson spent 6 months in federal prison for intentionally trespassing on the School of the Americas to draw attention to the crimes of its graduates.
I think that as Americans, we have a particular responsibility when our government has been involved in a lot of atrocities throughout history, but even more so today when our military aid is not being used in accountable ways.
But the school, recently renamed the Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation, and its crimes aren't a thing of the past. The generals that led the 2009 coup in Honduras were both SOA graduates.
Every year, a congressional committee here in Washington votes to continue funding the School of the Americas. But this weekend, tens of thousands of activists from North, Central, and South America will converge at the gates of Fort Benning to demand that the school be closed and its dark legacy be remembered. Kaelyn Forde, RT, Washington, D.C. This is Fort Benning, Georgia, the home to the School of the Americas, or the recently renamed Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation. Founded in the early days of the Cold War, 62 years ago, the School of the Americas was designed to train Latin American soldiers on how to fight communism in their own countries. But it quickly became known as the School of the Assassins after its graduates were implicated in the massacres in Guatemala and El Salvador, coups in Chile, and even present-day drug cartel violence in Colombia and Mexico. Right now, they're setting up barbed wire in anticipation of the events to come this weekend. This is the headquarters of the School of the Americas Watch, founded by Jesuit priest Father Ray Bourgeois. 20 years ago, it began with only 10 activists here, just outside the gates of Fort Benning. The activists were interested in what was going on inside and how it was affecting Latin America. Today, well over 10,000 activists gather here to oppose the continued military